So inflation has spooked investors, spooked the markets. It's kind of spooked everyone. It's not even Halloween yet. But one congressman has a plan. Get back onto the gold standard. West Virginia Rep. Alex Mooney has introduced a bill that would peg the US dollar to a certain weight of gold. The idea is to stabilize the value of the dollar. Sounds good for you and me, but it would restrain government spending. Oh no. Since you'd be able to swap your dollars for gold at any point in time, the government would really need to keep plenty of the yellow metal on hand. That could restrain it from running massive budget deficits every year and having to print up new dollars to make up the shortfall. So with us to discuss this new gold standard bill is West Virginia Congressman Alex Mooney. Congressman, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
Great to be with you.
So, Congressman, I think a gold standard for anyone worried about inflation or the country's debt is kind of like a dream, right? But how do your colleagues, your big spending colleagues up on Capitol Hill feel about it?
Well, I tell you, on the Republican side, there's a lot of support for it. We've seen, really back to when Barack Obama was president, that's when I was first elected, the monetary policy games he was playing. Quantitative easing is a term where they just add more money into the economy and inflation goes up. And the value of the dollar is just sacrificed at the altar of more spending and really transferring of wealth, because it steals people's savings. The inflation takes from people's savings. And so I wanted to make the point that the dollar is not tied to anything. There's no set value. The federal government can play games with it. If we had the gold standard, or frankly any other kind of standard to tie the dollar just to stabilize it, it'd be great for this country and more fair to all Americans.
I think to your point on your bill, you mentioned that since the year 2000, the dollar has lost 30% of its value. That's incredible. Yeah. But Congressman, you've been in the House since 2015, okay? A lot of changes under President Trump. Fiscal responsibility, unfortunately, was not one of those changes. Why should voters think it will be any different this time?
Well, I would say both parties, Republicans and Democrats, need to control spending. Our debt is $31 trillion. And I can tell you, as a member of Congress, I'm just not seeing the discipline to rein that in. And again, that's why forcing the Congress to act in a fiscally responsible manner by having a gold standard, so you can't play the games with the dollar bill